Hey everybody, listen, if you're watching the replay, make sure you like and not just, follow and not just like. I always get that backwards. So you'll be notified when we go live or if we have a new video. But listen, I'm going to try to finish up this week with Valentine's Day. Maybe tonight, do this little hanger. And then tomorrow night, do a wreath. And then if like anything else hits me closer to Valentine's Day, we'll do. But I'm kind of like, I've done all the things kind of besides the wreath I want to do. Make sure when you jump on, say where you're from so I can start remembering it. I've got all these great people in great states. I know a lot of your names, still getting down some of the places you live, but I do know your names. All right, I've gotten several little different wooden pieces I wanted you to see. I got this at Walmart. It actually is one piece of wood, but they put lines kind of maybe about a quarter of the way down it. They also have a red one. It was 98 cents, so still just $1 at Walmart. Got this one at the Dollar Tree, and it's just kind of a little routed heart raw piece of wood. Cute. Got this at the Dollar Tree, and you actually get 5 hearts on a whole ribbon. They've actually kind of made the back somewhat smooth. And I'll tell you, y'all, I'm not too keen on the welcome. I guess you're supposed to put that on your front door. The XO is already cute, but I already have an XOXO. But I kind of even like the polka dots in the center, the way they are. It gives you like 3 different kinds, but we'll see if we keep that. And then we have one more from the Dollar Tree. Oh my gosh, Michigan, hello. Hello, Dolores. Dolores, you weren't late tonight. You always sound late. And then this is one last thing from the Dollar Tree. It's actually a heart. It's got actually little grooves in it. It's not just a line on it. Believe it or not, maybe they might be stepping up a little bit. And this is actually a piece that I like that I'm going to try to take off because it's like a separate piece because I actually would like to put it on the top of our little swag hanging thing we're going to do. And I forgot to tell Chris to set up his laptop, so if he walks in, I will. And that way I don't have to lean up so much. Okay, so what we're going to do, y'all, I love these hangers. You know I do. And I've got this huge piece left from that table runner that was regular $30 at Hobby Lobby, but I got it, what did we say, 66% off. Probably paid, what's that, around $12. I already made 2 Christmas gifts with it because on the end, it actually had like reindeer rides, 5 cents something on the end of it. On both sides, I made 2 Christmas gifts. We made something else. I can't remember. We used a piece of it because I was probably left with about 6 feet of it, even after I cut the 2 ends off, and they were probably about 1.5 feet, the gifts that I made. So we're left with this long piece that has like a blanket stitch on the top. It's a red, but it's really kind of a barn red, not too in your face red. I cut the 5 apart and just added hangers to them. I know, I love it. You don't even really have to do a lot of stuff. I think we put really cool hangers. Walmart with those sacks, y'all. I just love this. And you know, burlap, even if I wanted to, say I did Valentine's Day and I couldn't find anything else, I could do something for 4th of July with the red, which would be really pretty. And if I get to the fall and I just want to take this blanket stitch off, I can do that too. So, you know, we don't let anything go. All right, so what we're going to do is figure out how long we want our hangers. And then I have 2 pieces of board, and it's a piece of trim that you get from any hardware store, and you can get them in different widths, but it's not really wood. It's almost like that MDF. It's like the pressed, almost cardboardy stuff, but it's really sturdy, and it's like, you know, wood, but you can use it for different trims. And all I did was measure how long mine were and cut 2 pieces. So instead of just doing 1 at the top, I think I'm going to do 1 at the top and the bottom. So let's figure out how long we want this. I got all my little scrap up here. Y'all be so proud of me. I took all my Christmas down, put it up, except my 5 Christmas trees. So I hope to say I'll have those up because my big bag came in to store my big tree. And at first when I got it, it was y'all really compact and like this small. And I was like, there's no way this, I thought this was gonna be big enough. No, it's unfolded to this huge tarp bag that I think I actually could put, if I ordered another one, I could put all of the other 4 in probably one of these bags without it tearing. Okay, so what I wanna do is have this big heart at the top. I wanna remove this that just says Valentine's and put it at the top. And then I thought about maybe making this kind of hang down like so. So that would make it pretty long, so I don't think I can do that. Or I can just take this off of here and have the 3 in the center, y'all. Even with the glitter, you know I'm not all into glitter. Hey, Cheryl from North Dakota. I really like these 3 right here, even with the glitter, not changing them. And then maybe, let's go ahead and cut this off because y'all, I'm definitely not gonna use welcome because I guess it's meant for like to put on your front door. I definitely don't like that part. I will be leaving Facebook soon, so I will miss you all. I think you do YouTube. If so, I'll look you up. Listen, I do YouTube, and I haven't put any videos lately, so Sherry, please go. I will miss you so much, and follow me on YouTube because I love putting videos on there, and I have not. Since I got my new phone and Thanksgiving, it logged me out, and it was one of the, like probably 2 apps that I've got to re-enter my password. So as soon as I just think about it, I'll re-enter it and I'll be on there because I will miss you so much. Hey, Cynthia from Pennsylvania. All right, so let's see. Let's see if we can get this off. And we'll just do the 3 little ones. You know, it doesn't have to be something big, but I really like it. Oh, it's coming off easy, y'all. And I still want to keep this heart, maybe if we don't do anything this year, because I really like the fact that the lines are actually cut into it. So if you paint, you know, sand this down and paint it, it will, you know, it will look like shiplap would. I sure will. Thank you, Sherry. I'll miss you, but I do not blame you. Sometimes you just have to walk away. All right. All right, so I think I kind of like that. You know, we can change this, like maybe put something around the edge because I really like this little sign. You know, it kind of looks like it's just a top of a scroll, but it's meant to look like burlap, and then I'll be putting it on burlap. So I think maybe I'll take this. I got some either white of the jute, and we can go around the edge of it just to break that up. Or we have ribbon. We have this red and white twine that we can do around the edge. I don't know. You may be able to see the glue because it's really tiny, but we'll figure out how to break that up. But y'all really like that. Okay. And then we're going to paint these red, the barnyard red, just to, like it's kind of like that blanket stitch goes on around. And we'll do this down here. Probably on the same length. Let's go up just a tad so it's not quite so long. And I like the fact that this is, I don't know why, I never usually like anything they do. But I will tell you, we're going to change up the ribbon that's in between these. Even though I'm going to glue it down, I still want it to look like they're hanging hearts. But I mean, if you wanted to make it shorter, once we cut them apart, you could put like maybe 2 here. I actually have another one of these. I could do 4 hearts, you know, whatever you like. You see how we're just playing around with this and putting it together. So I'm going to cut this now. Kind of know where I want it. We'll use this as my straight edge, so I'll have a clean cut. And remember to cut it a little bit longer. You don't want to cut it too short. You want to be able to, you know, have a good little piece that'll glue down. So we've made something else, and we have enough, probably, I would say either a long sign, but I think it may be a little too short to do 2. But burlap is something easy to always find something to do with. Okay, so before we decide on this, I'm going to do a little bit of my painting That way it can be drying while we're gluing other stuff together. Oh, and don't forget, I still haven't taken all the stuff off the back of these. Don't forget we have that love. You know, if you wanted to put love at the top from the other thing. And like paint it white. You know, I wouldn't use this for anything. But you know, this is like paper. It's not plastic or anything, it's like paper. So you could put red on it, you could put white, and it would look really cute against with our 3 hearts. We don't necessarily have to put the Valentine, so we'll just see how it goes. I kind of like this better, but it's going to be hard around these edges. So let's put that to the side, and we're going to paint this real quick. Let me put my little apron on so y'all don't think I'm gonna ruin my clothes. Y'all keeping me together and keeping me sane. And I just want to tell y'all, I love all of y'all. I love that you stick with me. Do you have any red felt that you could back the Valentine's Day? I do. Right over here. And I actually have a few little different materials, but I know I have some red. I'm pretty sure I do. I think it's just, y'all, I have all my supplies over here, and half of it is still in the darn bag that you buy it in the store from. I didn't have any like little bins ready, so it's just kind of thrown over there. Let's see. The only thing about this is it kind of looks like it's a little bit brighter red than I want, but now that you say that, I have my, I don't know, we'll see. Let me paint these real quick so then we can be deciding, and we'll have, these can be drying because I definitely need them to be painted, and I may have to do 2 layers. Hey, Judy. South Carolina. Thank you, Judy, for sprinkling. Ah, so sweet. Okay. So remember, I'm using my Barnyard Red. This is the same color I like to use all the time. I don't know. I just think it's so perfect for every kind of country decor. And if you don't really like bright colors, it's like a good solid red, but just not in your face bright red. It's not close to like a blood red. Let's see. Most of the time I can use the cap. But yeah, I started to say, look, just want to tell you I love y'all, all the people who stick with me and find my crafts. You know, not all like bless your heart, but I think we've all got one we like bless your heart. So just wanted to tell you that. I'm always watching people and they always remember saying like, happy Thursday. And it just doesn't cross my mind to say it. I might want to say it, but I just forget. I get so excited that y'all even want to watch me. Thank you, Pam, for sprinkling. Missed you not being on last night. Me too. And it had nothing. I didn't really, couldn't think. I just kept kind of looking at my supplies over here and nothing was just kind of jumping out at me. And I just, you know how like after Bless Your Heart that night, I just told myself that I'm never just going to get on here and just do anything just because I feel like I have to do it. And nothing just kind of was striking me yet. So I'll tell you, my favorite thing to do is read. And so I just kind of came home, relaxed, put on my little pajama pants. And Chris had a pretty busy day, you know, helping family out. And he didn't stop going until 7 o'clock almost. So, we just kind of were able to sit around and talk and just have a little us time. Buffy went to eat with her boyfriend. And so sometimes I guess you just kind of need that. And we don't, even having older kids, it just seems like we're never here by ourselves. One day we'll probably be so tired of looking at each other. But right now we don't ever get any alone time. So it was kind of nice. Like I said, he had a long day yesterday. So sorry I missed y'all. But I did want to get you a picture of how good the little XO. Remember I told you that I I don't always like to hang it. And I think maybe y'all might have been on here when I was like, oh, it's going to sit under this picture perfect. And a couple people have seen it and they're like, oh my gosh, that's so cute. And it turned out to be just the perfect little thing for right there. Just low enough so it doesn't cover up the picture and it matches everything. And when you walk in, like my eyes always go straight to the little Valentine's Day tray I have. It's so cute still. But it is something that kind of jumps out at you. And where that, you know, I've had to point it out. Do you think those hearts are really cute? And they were like, oh, I just thought that was part of the decor. So it's something that I don't have to rush to take down right away. I just kind of think it, and even the XO. So I will suggest that even if I do crafts that you like, but you're just like, you know, I don't want all that color and all that, just do your own color. Because even though I love my little tier tray and all the cute little red and pink and all that stuff on it, I like this stuff up here so much more. It just kind of seems more me. Thank you, Laura, for sprinkling. I'd be so ready when all this shipping gets back so I can send y'all extra supplies I have, and it doesn't cost you $20 to send something that costs $1, because I really want to send y'all so much I won't have to keep up with it. And y'all are also sweet. And sometimes you buy stuff and you don't need all of it. Like, I'm not going to use this part on here that says welcome. And it really kind of, the words kind of stick out a little bit. Maybe if you turn it over on the back, you really couldn't tell. And I could cut that. But before I throw it away, I'd rather give it to somebody. But probably sending something like this costs $5 to you. And it'd probably take weeks to get to you. Okay. All right, so I think we got it. And I think I am going to have to put another coat on here just because I guess maybe that white coating that's on the top of it, it just kind of looks a little streaky. And believe it or not, I don't want it to be that distressed. Unless I have my antiquing, we may could do that. But let me see with a little bit more paint, because it's almost dry on the top right here. Hey, Harry. Y'all, my little fur grandbaby's down here, and I want y'all to see how beautiful he is. He was a rescue. Harry, look at them. Say, I am scared of my own shadow. But nobody's in here right now. Hey, Harry, say hey. Tell everybody hey. He's like, why are you picking me up? When we got him, or when Buffy rescued him, he was in like some abandoned car. She could just hear him meow. And he had so many ringworms covering him that he had absolutely hardly no hair on him. And now you see how fluffy he is. Like once, you know, we got medicine in him. They had to give him blood. That's how far gone he was. And she hid him in her room for days because she thought we would get on to her about keeping him. Don't get me wrong. She'd have come home and said, I want a cat. We would have told her no. But, I mean, bless him. He's my fur grandbaby. And he doesn't sleep with her. He sleeps with me every night. So he's my little baby, but I'm glad she did rescue him. But his arm was kind of dislocated, and he was so skinny. And I think he gave her ringworms. Like, she had to have all kind of medicine. I think Neely got one from holding me. I never did. Chris or I never did that. But I won't say my niece and nephew that played with him got one, because he was covered in them. And she didn't know until she took him to the vet. And he's like, listen, he's got ringworms all over him. You need to make sure you hold him like this. It was like pretty sad. But now he is rotten as anything else in his house. And he is special to us. And he's beautiful. Like, everybody looks at him and goes, oh my gosh, he's just such a beautiful cat. Like, I guess they think we kind of spent money on him, buying him. I'm like, no, he's just some stray that she got out of a motor somewhere. She heard him crying. Her boyfriend dug him out of a motor. I have 9 cats at our barn and have rescue dog. Yes, I guess probably all of our cats are rescue. A mother came up and was pregnant in our house, and you could tell that she probably was almost feral, but she was so hungry that she kind of would just weave through our legs, but you couldn't touch her. And then we read that if you don't touch cats in the first 13 days, like interact with them, they can go feral. And, you know, there's nothing you can do when they're feral. I mean, they won't get close to you. You can't get them fixed. They just keep breeding. It's really bad. So when she had them, like, kind of in our flower bed, we brought them up and put them on a little bed. And I think there was 6. And we had 2 of them adopted. And the 4 we didn't. And we just went and got them fixed at this rescue place in Augusta. That'll give you, like, a good deal for rescue cats to fix them. And we've had them ever since. Now, one of them, right when she rescued Harry, about 2 weeks before Harry, one of them just didn't come in one night. They go in and out. We don't do litter box, but they do go in and out. We live, like, out in the middle of nowhere. But he just didn't come home. So we do have coyotes and stuff kind of close to our house. But his name was Gurley, and I miss him because he was a sweetie pie, too. Out of all of them, he was probably the one I was the closest to. But he did like to kind of go hunt, and he liked to be outside. So one day he just didn't come in, and we didn't ever find him. So now we're back to 4. But I love them. I'm definitely afraid of snakes. So that's really why I kind of like them being outside. And we live right next to a huge pond. So, okay. So we got those painted. And we've said we're going to use these 3. And even though I want to put a really cute ribbon on them, like they are now, Connect, I don't want to just use the ribbon that's on them. Even though there's really nothing wrong with the ribbon, I just thought, you know, why not? Why not? We got some cute little ribbon. So I got some that have XOXO white on them, but I'm trying not to bring too much white in them. Dollar Tree had some really cute little tiny one. It says, I picked you, a heart. And it's kind of just like a burlap, a linen type that just has a little bit of red whiting on it. I think that's cute. They had one other that was kind of cute like this, and it looks like it has like maybe little monkeys or some kind of little hedgehog, something that's holding a heart on it. I can't really tell. Some kind of little animal that has claws, sloth or something. So I think either one of those will be good. So let's just go with this one. It has a little bit on the edge, like a little line on the edge, maybe kind of like the blanket stitch. So we'll stick with this one. Hold on, let me see how that looks up against that. I do have one that is, y'all, I have this, and it may be too busy for that, but I also have this gingham that we can put. And y'all, this is the part whether you like me or you don't, because I'm sitting here figuring out this craft with y'all. Because who likes to craft alone? On a big animal alone, we live in the country too. Yes. I always suggest to people, I don't like doing litter boxes. I can't do that. But if you put litter outside, like way off in your house, or like build them a sandbox way off in your house, you put litter in it when they're kittens, they go to the bathroom there, and you can just let them out and they'll go there forever. But you can't let them out unless you fix them, because males are territorial. Especially if you're in a neighborhood, they'll fight with other cats, and they stray if they're not fixed. But I do have this gingham that I could put behind the sign. And then I have the gingham ribbon to kind of pull it together. That might be a little bit too busy. What do y'all think? Just maybe like a little piece behind here. Let's see. Like so. And then we'd have the ribbon in between. So it's kind of like gingham and polka dots. Now we got to think, this is polka dots. I do have this one that actually really matches it. It's hearts. So let's do that. I think the gingham, even though I love the gingham, I think it might be a little too busy for it. I think if we wanted to paint these white, the gingham would be awesome. But these are kind of the hearts in it. Actually kind of look like these hearts. So my friend's toilet trained her kitty. I saw that once. You put like a piece of paper in between your lid in your toilet, like a tissue paper, like you would wrap with. And they say you put a little bit of litter on it. And they will stinky on it or pee, and then when it wets the tissue, it falls into the toilet. So then they just, like I said, that the books say, you know, once they go somewhere once, because that's what we did. We just put like a bag of litter where we wanted them to go in the trees, and we just left it there, and eventually, you know, it just kind of goes away, and then they just always go to the bathroom right there. So I guess it can happen. Seems pretty cool. Yep, I like the heart ribbon too, yeah, because I mean, I think the gingham with the polka dot just may be a little too much. So, and then we can maybe spread them out just a slight so you can see what the ribbon has. And you never know, maybe we can cut this ribbon and put it around. No. This edge is going to be kind of hard, but we'll figure it out. Okay. So we're going to put that right there. And if it wasn't for the words that I didn't want to have to try to rewrite, I would just paint over it, you know, a white or this red. But then my Valentine's would not be pretty to put it back on there. Okay. So let's get our glue gun. And I'm going to turn this to face me really quick. And I need to back y'all up a little bit so you can see. There we go. You can see a little bit more about what I'm doing. Okay. All right. And y'all looking at this, it looks like I might be a little crooked. You know what I didn't do? I remembered on all the other projects is to put a little, so on that blanket stitch so it doesn't come undone. I know the other side's done because I did that. All right. So this has got to be right here. I am going to get this a little on me. I have a little bit of measuring tape right here. Let's see. 8. Okay. Move that over a little bit. All right. And my ribbon, I need to make it a little bit shorter. I just messed it up. Okay. I want to be able to space it out so you'll see the ribbon a little bit more. Hey, Lottie. And then I'll be up there. Okay. Probably did this the worst way ever. You know, y'all see the trials and errors that I just did on here, so you know what not to do. This is a crafter who hates to take the measuring tape out. Bless us when we can't do anything rustic anymore, or me. All right. Okay. Let that finish drying. Put this down on here. Oops, that was in the center. Hey, I forgot to get your laptop if you care to get it for me, but if not, it's okay. Jenny, Jenny. Y'all, thank y'all so much for watching. Okay. And there we go. So, and you don't have to put a lot down here. I'm sure some of this glue probably went through onto my... Okay, so this is where we are so far. Because I like the polka dots. Change it if you don't. Just scrub a little bit on it. I think they have a lot of tape on the backs that may tear, so you may best to put it on the front. But I really like the polka dots. And this is where we know if we like love. I think I like the love better, but I think it'd be a mess to take all this stuff off. No. Okay. All right, let's see. There. Okay. Let's put this on. Very cute. I like it. How do you come up with all these ideas? I don't know. You just have to go. Chris said her husband. Telling stories. Okay. I want to put this on here. But remember what I said, when you hang it up, if you don't put the glue really close to the edge, sometimes it seems to want to tilt. So I'm going to find where I want to put it and kind of tilt it back a little bit. Because, like I said, if you don't put it right there on that edge, it'll tilt up. And, hold on for a second. Even though this is going to get on that paper, I put the too close to the paper. Okay, thank you.
Can you see?
Yes, I can see it perfect. Thank you. It's so weird to look over there and it's behind a little bit. Okay. I put the glue way too low down on here. I put it in places I don't need it, so. Okay, see, I put the glue in places I don't need it. But make sure, because if you don't put it down, when you pick it up, it'll kind of try to separate right here. So you really want to make sure you get that glue as close to that edge on top and the bottom. Because if you don't, then the weight of this will kind of tilt down when you hang it up. That's just kind of a trial and error thing too. Okay. So we did that pretty close to the top. So I've got it just slightly, I'm talking about like 2 inches too long for this table. But let's see if we can put this here a little bit, or maybe on this end, so I can slide it out just a little bit. I don't know. I see things, and then I watch other crafters is really good. And sometimes you like their project, but there might be something you want to change on it. And just like when we get to sitting here, what do we want to do? It just changes, and you all of a sudden see things. Like, it didn't take me until I went to put these down that you could actually put multiple hearts on here all the time. You could paint hearts on here. You don't have to have any words on them. You can just have one heart on them. And it kind of just starts like that. I think it kind of is like that for everybody. You just kind of see something and it just kind of spirals from there. But now, I will say Valentine's, I don't know if it's because I'm not a big Valentine's Day decorator. I don't have as many ideas and stuff as, say, like you would for Christmas or fall. I don't know if it's something I'm going to have to learn, or I guess just because I'm not really, I've never done them, so I don't have all these ideas, or something I did last year that I'm adding on to. That'll have to kind of probably wait for me. Okay, let's see. Let me put this back right here again. And I don't want to glue that down yet until we figure out what we're going to do on the edges, because I think it might be a nightmare if we find something we want to do and we've already glued it down. Okay, here we go. Putting it all on my edge. Or, all right, let's see, loving it. This is so pretty. Yes, and I got my beads out because I don't think we've done anything with the red beads, but I mean, even though it's still got red in it, it's still not in your face. But I'll tell you, say what if we would have painted these like the plaster white up there, and you painted these hearts, just painted them white to match this, the plaster color, and you did a pretty ribbon in between it. And then you left this Valentine's Day out there and it was just the white and burlap, kind of like this stuff is all up here. I think it would have been just as pretty. But I mean, I'm not going to put it up here. So I've got this one little place over there that I hung another one of these up at Christmas time that I think I'll actually hang it up on the wall. So it's just kind of like that. I mean, you got to find what you... what goes with what you want. Don't do a color just because another crafter did it. Especially if you like the idea, but you're like, I just don't really like those colors. Change the colors. Try it. And if it's ugly, throw it in the trash can. That's why I always suggest buy it from the Dollar Tree. If you don't like it, you throw it in the trash can, you don't feel bad. Okay. All right, let's see. We thought about the white edge all the way around it. And then we thought about the felt. Maybe we can do the felt. Only thing is, to see, the felt isn't the same color. Is that? Let's see. Hold on. See, my felt is not the same color, and some that might not irk, but I think that would eventually irk me, even though that's a great solution. Wonder if I put this ribbon. This is the only big ribbon. Oh, and this is the bigger of the hearts. These are the only two Valentine's Day ribbon that I have besides the little tiny. So I wonder if this is like the big, the 2.5 inch of this little that we already used. If we put that behind it, oh, and it, how many y'all? I think it's like exactly 2.5 inches. If we put that behind it and on the end dovetailed it like this is. Let's try that. I almost wish now I could cut this down. If I could cut it like 1 centimeter all the way around, I think it would be perfect. See, like if this matches this and we did the end like a dovetail to kind of match the end. But see, it's exactly the same length, which would be perfect if... All right, give me a minute to think here, and let me see if I can make this. I have another one, so y'all, these are like industrial scissors, so can't do anything but try. Seems to be cutting. Now, I don't think this would cut with regular scissors, y'all, but I'm going down it, so we're already committed. Make your supplies meet your craft. All right, did the top, let's do the bottom. And I'm cutting off, I'm not even kidding you, I don't even know how small it is. It's maybe 1/8 of an inch off the top and the bottom. We may not be able to see enough of the ribbon, but considering that it has red on the edges, and it's kind of a shiny red, that even if we can see just the shiny red, that shiny red will kind of go with this glitter better than the felt anyway. So let's go with that theory. All right. All right, let's see. Hey, Beth, the jute hearts behind you, how did you make those? Okay, in the Dollar Tree, and right at the end, y'all, I pulled a little snag on this top, but I don't have any jagged edges on the cardboard, so I don't even think you can tell really a whole difference. I mean, where I stopped cutting it, it kind of snagged on the little burlap kind of that's glued to the top of it. But it still did okay. So let's see what it looks like. Oh, okay, the hearts. I think what was it, Monday? In the Dollar Tree, they have a package of hold on. They have a package of grapevine hearts. The hearts already, they're 5 in a package, and we put burlap on the back of those. But if you go back and look at the same video, we also, for our little tier tray, we put gingham behind them and made a garland for our tier tray with the red and white gingham, which is really cute also. I think really any fabric would look good. And all I did was just wrap glue around it and stuck the fabric to it, or the burlap, and then trimmed around them. It's not really worth it to try to trace the heart out. They're all different sizes, but it turned out really cute. Y'all, I'm still cutting, because you still can't tell I'm cutting it. But it's like it just, in some places it's because it's kind of a little scroll writing. If you maybe have some 3.5-inch ribbon, I think that would work out better, because I'm just lacking centimeters. But I went ahead and dovetailed it on the end like the cardboard already is. So I think if I do a little bit longer on the ends, okay, I can get this out my way. And let me dovetail this in. That. You can't see in the center what it is, but on the ends you can. And it still is kind of breaking up the side. I don't know if you can see, there's a little bit of red on the top and the bottom. So what we're trying to break up, we will be able to. And this is wired ribbon, so like if I did want to do my bow down and kind of buff it up on each ends, I'm liking that too. And just do it in the center. It's all right. It's better than nothing, I think, but there might be a better solution out there. And if y'all come up with any ideas, do it that way, because once I glue this, that heart ribbon looks awesome there behind the word. I looked at our Dollar Tree and they didn't have the grapevine hearts. Oh man, because that was about the only thing they had left at ours. I was very surprised that they had some at ours, because you know, you can't, I don't think I've ever seen, besides the little tiny round ones, but I had to order those off Amazon. Okay, so first I'm going to do it on here and make it kind of even. You don't have to put a whole lot. It's not of glue. It's not very heavy. Your ribbon, it's going to kind of go through it. So, yeah, it's probably going to go through it a little bit. So you don't really need that much. Okay, so here we go. Here, let me do it a little bit closer to the end. On the little tabs, because I don't really want to glue the ribbon down on the ends. I kind of want to be able to fluff it up so it's like another little dimension on the hanger. Why are you whispering? They're whispering over there. I looked at it all. I hate that. I hate that you couldn't find it, because to me, I thought that was a really good find. Okay. Huh? No, I can't. I can hear you whispering, but nobody else can hear you whispering. Oh, a leak. Well, I thought, and I felt my hand over there, it felt like maybe the drainage tube or something. It's crazy. That's what I'm talking about, where the dishwasher is. I thought I felt something. Okay. So I'm lifting this up a little bit on each end. I kind of like that. Okay, so I'm just gonna put it all over the back.
Drain line probably just leaked out.
Yeah.
Make sure I got it even on each side. I can still put the white jute around it if it starts bothering me, because you know that's on the edge. I'm trying to think if I have any. I may have some black jute in there left. I'll have to see. I looked at the Dollar Tree. I hate that you couldn't find the grapevine rounds. Tilt up. Oh, if it's tilted up, blame Chris. Yep. Okay. So I really like this, just the way it is. Just a cute little sign. I want to get you over there doing that. John is messing with me. Okay. So all we have to do now is hanger. Listen, the more little details you add on, like I said, if you just wanted to make these white, if you wanted to put some kind of little white hearts, like when we did the Santa Claus North Pole one, we put the half beads on here to kind of make it look like it was buckles. Nothing that says you can't add like little hearts. I don't have any kind of really tiny ones like that. But if you come across some really cute little ones, I think that would be really cute to put the hearts across it, especially if you didn't do something as busy on the inside. All right, so let's get to what we want to hang it with. And how are we doing? Look at that, 8:18, y'all. We are like 45 minutes in. We got an awesome craft here. So even if you do a big craft, it doesn't have to take long. Now I know it's because I use those. Normally I would sand them down, paint them another color, but I don't know. I just kind of liked it. They all go together, but yet they're different. I just thought it was really cute. So let me get some of this out the way. Definitely gonna need my glue gun. Do you ever go to Carolina Pottery to buy supplies? Oh gosh, you weren't on here then. I discovered Carolina Pottery a few weeks ago. Best place ever. If I'd be scared right now. I'm scared to go there, and I'm scared to go to Hobby Lobby before I kind of get the things I really want to do for Valentine's Day out, because I can see me going there and spending like $100 on Valentine's Day stuff, and I really don't decorate a lot for Valentine's Day. And their ribbon supply in Carolina Pottery is to die for. But yes, Patsy, I love them, but I've only ever went once, and I could have stayed, and I probably was in that store an hour and a half, and I didn't buy very much, but it's just so much to look at and so pretty and so many options. And I loved it. Thank you so much. That is cute. Okay. But you could make it a lot shorter. I would just kind of look at the area you want to put something like this in and just see how tall you want it. I mean, Lord, and if I don't remember to iron these out, spray a little water on them and you know, iron them out, but I keep forgetting. I saw somebody once that says you can put your hair straightener on this and just pinch it and it'll straighten the fabric right out. I'm dying to try that. Because I'm like, really? You don't have to take your iron? Because I hate to iron. I'm probably like a man like that. I would rather just take out. I think that's a little, I think for Valentine's cutesy with the polka dots, this is better. As far as like how cute it looks. But I you know how I am about, I'm not a huge color fan. So for my style, I don't want it to be so kind of loud. I even brought the other night the brown back out here, which, believe it or not, doesn't take away from the sign. But I don't think I like it. I think I like probably my look, just the red. But no, y'all, the more I'm sitting here looking at it, I love the black and, the red and white. I did bring just the white out. Nope. I'm thinking the more I look at it, I like the red and white. Yes, Easter. The Easter's out. That's all I need. I've already bought a little bit of Easter material when I was in the Walmart the other day. It was like a real pretty orange. It wasn't bright, but it kind of looks deep like a real orange does. Crazy. All right, y'all, I think I'm just liking the red and white better. I think if it wasn't for this polka dot, I wouldn't like it as much, but I really do. Okay, so we're gonna figure out what we like. And you know what? I think we may see about a messy bow because we're doing so great on time. And I am gonna hang this up, so I kind of want to get my hanger right on how many I want to use. And I think I'm only going to do that. It's going to be pretty tight, yeah, because it's already kind of long, but I still don't like to do my hanger too long. I forgot how long it is, so let me make up for that. Okay. We made it a whole lot shorter than I thought we would make it. Okay, I'm gonna cut the string a little bit longer so I can tie it. I'm telling you, if I've not told you enough, keeping them on these string makes it so much easier. The best thing is it's easy to store. You're not digging them out, finding the same size, same color. This red is not the same as the red that's on the beads with just red. This is actually a little bit more on the pink side. Not much, but slightly. I love the red and white, Cheryl. Me too. I'm doing rabbits right now. Listen, I started thinking, I was like, you know, God, can I start Easter? Now, Easter's like, I like Easter. There's so much you can do. So you don't feel like you run out. But we got St. Patty's Day. And I really saw some little trays the other day, the little tier trays. And you talking about, I don't even do a wreath for St. Patrick's Day, but we're going to do a tray for it. I thought, what else going to do in March? You know, like, I mean, I can't really do like an Ash Wednesday tray, but we're going to do something. So I've decided we're going to do at least some cute little St. Patrick's Day, because little cauldrons that you can get off of Amazon. And if I order a bunch, that's kind of what I want to send to everybody, because I couldn't find the little tiny cauldron that I wanted to put on there, just one. I think I have to get a pack of them, and I don't need but just one. Sherry, you do a lot of crafting. But I put my trees up. I think I was gonna leave my pink tree out. I may still leave it out for Valentine's Day. But it stays in our bedroom. So I'm still debating on that. But I told you I was gonna try it for fall. We did it for fall, Christmas, Halloween tree. I really had a good time. But so I'm kind of debating on if I'll keep one out for Easter. Who knows? I may. Might as well just try them all. And when the fall comes back around, we'll talk about which holidays really weren't worth leaving our trees out and which ones were. Because I think that's why so many people like Christmas, is you get to decorate so much for it. And then now, because so many people decorate for fall, we're all fall girls. We love fall. But I think it's just because we have so much decoration. So maybe we'll like all these other holidays more if we do a little bit more decorating. Hey, Alex. I do, but oh, you sell them. I didn't know you sold them. Well, yeah, so when you sell stuff, you do have to do it really early. I'm trying to sit here and debate, do we need to do a messy bow or don't we? You perv. You can make something for my birthday in March. I sure can. Birthdays are the best. I understand it. If you're like close to March, you have to share it. Try sharing one with Christmas. It's terrible. But sure can. We need to do, that's one thing I need to look. I think once I get all my Christmas up, get my Christmas crafts out of my craft supplies while the Valentine's Day is just sitting here, it's all clumped up. I'd like to do some everyday crafts, like something you can put out in your home that is not for holiday. You can keep it out all the time. I really want to try to make, and I don't know if that what kind of shutters or old kind of French little doors that people buy and you like hang them up on the wall on either side of your bed or either side of your television. I want to try to make that out of poster board. My nose itches. Or some kind of window. Let's see. I can do them so. Hey, thank you, Kathy, for sprinkling. I forget to tell y'all sprinkle. Sprinkle. Alex, do you know what sprinkle means? It means to share it. You're not supposed to, I think that's some kind of bad word Facebook don't like you to say. Don't know why. So yeah, you have to say, instead of saying, you have to say sprinkle it to all your friends. I don't know why. I asked why, and I don't think anybody ever gave me an answer. I understand Facebook doesn't want you to say that word, so people just kind of come up with their own word. But I still don't understand. Like, I'm sure they had a reason, and they probably put out why they had the reason. I just missed that reason because it was long before me. Okay, and I usually don't cut my cord, y'all, until that way you don't ever have something too short. It's nothing like trying to glue something that's too short. Now, if I don't know if I've ever given you my tip on this, but when you're putting it on the back, to give it a little bit more grip for your glue to stick to it, put like a Jenga block on the back of it. Those little Jenga blocks you get from Dollar Tree, or put a ribbon. And what I mean by that is just get you like a little piece of ribbon like this. And then when you're gluing it on the back, glue this ribbon down because it has more for your glue to stick to, and the ribbon will help give it a little, because you know it could slip through, especially if it's any kind of weight. The glue could slip through just a tiny little string. All right, and I hate when they split, so I put a knot on that end so I could really get this tight and tie it. That way when you hang it up, your beads aren't, you know, it's not like, it doesn't get a gap in between them. I found something like that foam cutter, and one I found is a hot knife that will cut foam too. Oh, and I'm gonna have to look into that, a hot knife. Yeah, somebody sent me a message wanting to know exactly which one I found. When I actually looked up the one I found, I think at Walmart it's like $9.95, so it's $10. But when you pull it up on Google, it came up first, that same brand, for $19.99 at Michael's. So I guess if you couldn't find one for like double the price, you have to pay. But you can get it through Michael's too, the actual brand I had. But when you enter it in Amazon, I mean, dozens of them come up. Some that were a whole lot bigger than mine. They didn't look, I think there was one that was like all the way up to like $60. That's probably professional use of some kind. But they had some that were around $20. Just so many different brands. So I would just say go with the one that's prime, that you'll get the fastest and the cheapest. Because, you know, I broke one trying to go too fast. So it can happen. It still gets hot, even though it's just kind of, so I guess I could probably still melt things with it. I just couldn't be so precise with it. And you know me, I'm not throwing it away. I might find somebody to solder it back together for me. Okay. So we've got this, and we did a little bit longer than our other one. So I did this not so long, the hanger. And we're going to turn it over and hang it. But I mean, you could like drill, if you have like a really good drill and you didn't do it crooked, go from like the top here to the bottom, not from front to back, but from top to bottom. And like you could have a little knot tail right here, would be really pretty. But that's why I turned it over. I was thinking a while ago, why did I turn it over and I was running my mouth. Okay. So we're gonna get a little piece of ribbon. I think it'll stick to this really well because this is cloth on the back, and the burlap will help, you know, some more fibers for the glue to sink in, but we're gonna put a little piece of ribbon over it too, because it's not heavy, but it's not super light either. So we're just gonna take this, and I have this covering up. Take this piece of ribbon, put a little bit more glue. Not a whole lot. My glue gun, it gets really, really hot. So it may take a second. It takes it longer to cool off, especially on fabric. So you don't ever really have to rush on fabric and think you have to like hurry and put your project down before it starts getting cool on fabric. It, for some reason, is really slow on fabric. Okay, there we go. So it kind of neatens up your project in the back, and it just gives it that little bit more security. And I'm gonna hold it up so you can see it. That little bit more security, more areas for the glue to catch on to. And you don't have, like I said, you can get a little tiny Jenga block. Anything that'll put a little bit bigger area down. I can't find a foam cutter at Walmart or Hobby Lobby. Gonna have to order mine on Facebook. Yeah, I'm sorry, Pam. Mine were in the craft section in the back where you actually buy pieces of styrofoam, either the big circles or tree shaped, cone shaped. The flat pieces of, you know, it looks like a big piece of paper, but it's that they were just kind of sitting in the tray with all of them. It wasn't hanging up anywhere. They were just sitting where all that was in my Walmart. So, I don't know if they just really don't know where to put them. Or they just stuck them in there. But that's where they were in my local Walmart. And it makes sense. They would be with the what you're using it for to cut the styrofoam, but maybe your particular one was out. But listen, go to walmart.com and order one off of there. I mean, if you want that same price. I think when I looked on Amazon, I didn't find the brand that I wanted, but there were several other brands on there. And but I didn't see really any as cheap as $9.99. But they're really fun. I mean, even if you had to pay 20 bucks for one, I would say it's worth it, because if you're a crafter, Lord, there is endless. I finally had to make myself quit doing projects with them because I felt like y'all were getting tired of it. But I love it. I love that it really is so precise. You can almost write your name with it. If you printed out your name, you could do it. And I mean, on a piece of styrofoam that's, you know, 2 inches thick or just an inch, it just goes right through it. Don't get too fast with it like I did, because like I said, it will break. And I think somebody said that the very first night I used mine. They said I was going too fast and broke mine, and I used it several times. And like, you know, probably my 20th time using it, I did go really fast. And it just kind of is pretty thin little piece. All right, I want to give it a second before I hold it up and it falls off like it's happened to me before. I like to cut out the words Merry Christmas, yes. And you could do it making Christmas ornaments, that cutter made it. I mean, you know those symbols for Christ. Some of them are really intricate. The Alpha and Omega one was really intricate, and the P and the X, I think it's the not Latin, Hebrew letters for Christ or something like that. I have to look it back up. But they were pretty little detailed ornaments, and they weren't any. The heart one it just made it awesome. I could not imagine doing those with the X-Acto knife. I would have probably only made about 2, and we ended up making 32. We had like a pattern of 16 different things, and we made 2 of each. And they were really fun to make. All right, there we go. And I'm trying to think, y'all, since we did so good. Look at that, 8:36, an hour. Probably because I ran my mouth 20 minutes of that. Happy New Year from Pennsylvania. All right, Happy New Year to you too. But I think it's cute. I mean, I don't think a messy bow would be too much, but I think I'm just gonna leave it like it is. You know how I say I don't like something too busy, and those glitter is kind of stepping out there for me. So just remember, if you like it, you know, you can change all these colors. If you have blue in your house, as long as you have that heart shape, like back here, you know, the heart is really the holiday to me. So even if you did it in like colors in your living room, you know, even if you just did it in white, and I think buffalo check, if you like decoupage buffalo check and painted these black, you have the black writing on that one heart, would have been just as cute. So as long as you have the hearts, the word Valentine's, don't harp on your colors. Find what you like, what you think will look good in your house, and what you're happy with. If you're not happy with it, you're not gonna hang it back up. Great job, Sam. Thank you so much. Thank you. I'm glad it looks good. I'm going to hang it on the wall. I'm going to take a good picture of it for you, and I will post it. And if you stuck with me the whole time, thank you so much. And if you're just watching the replay, thank you so much, and try to catch us live. I try to go on most weeknights from 7:30. I mean, there might get some times where we might run out of crafts, and like last night, you know, I can't always do one. I want to always do one, but sometimes, you know, we can't have this beauty every time. And look, see, she just makes everything so much better. But all right, so happy Thursday. I hope the rest of your night's good, and I hope you wake up tomorrow and have a great Friday. And I will see you tomorrow, and maybe we'll try to make a wreath. Can't put it up really kind of yet. I think it's just a little too soon for me. But that's something I definitely am going to want to make. And I have to make one for my grandmother too, for Mimi. So maybe we'll go ahead and make hers so it'll be ready. Rex and white beads really go well with the center heart. Oh, the red and white beads. Okay, you just mistyped it. Yeah, I think so too. At first, I just thought this was kind of busy, but it really just was the perfect thing with the middle heart. So sometimes that's why I went ahead and brought them out here, even though I didn't think it was my cup of tea. But Cheryl, my bless your heart, we love her. But yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, grab, you know, some supplies you're just not sometimes comfortable with, and at least try it. I mean, all we could have done is just said, I don't want that, you know, and did some red or just some jute twine would have been, especially when you're doing with burlap. The thicker jute that you get from the Dollar Tree would have been just as cute. I think I went through a spell where I was doing a lot of bead hangers, and then we went where I was kind of tired of bead hangers, and we went back to just doing the jute. And now I think I went so long without doing the beads that I like it. But I did see a craft the other day where somebody just did a few beads at the bottom and they left the rest jute. I thought it was really cool. So, all right. Thank y'all so much. And thank you for all the hearts. And I'm so glad. Yes, I love Bless Your Heart. You know, I do not craft without her, ever. She's like our little mascot, and we can't ever do it. And Sherry, I hope that I get everything up on, YouTube so you can at least watch. I know it's not live on YouTube, but I'm so glad that you'll at least have somewhere where you can watch and send me some comments if you have any questions. But thanks so much, and y'all have a rest of your good night.